welcome to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV and life from a mental health perspective. It's your boy, Mark. Now, somebody like me who has never fit anybody's blueprint, who's never fit anybody's mold. Like, oh, this is the prototypical way that a life is supposed to be lived. And that person, because I've always was born with dreams in my heart. There were things that I wanted to do, and not like that for everybody. I mean, yeah, everybody has dreams, but I go to school, I finish school. I go to college, I finish college. When I'm finished with college, I go find a job. I make sure the job pays well enough. I make sure that I get a good retirement plan. I don't really even have to like the job, as long as it's something that provides me the income that's required for me to live a comfortable life that I would like to live. That is never me. So when I was growing up, I had two parents who had good jobs for the majority of my lifetime. My dad is passed, my mom is retired, so I'm not a working parent anymore. I had two educated, and my dad was an accountant and my mom was a nurse, and they did this for several years. They both came to a point of retirement. My mom more recently. I think my dad had retired around 2016 or so, 2017 maybe, which is still fairly recent, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. When they came home from work, they were both wildly unhappy. I could see it. It was clear. Neither of them were happy when they got home from work. And they were always tired. And in my dad's case, he was always grumpy and moody when he got home from work. So I was like, I don't really know what they're doing at work, but I just know that I never want to get to a point where I look like that after I finish doing whatever I'm supposed to be doing for work. So I said, I want to do something in life that pays me money and also makes me happy. That was a radical thing for me to be saying when I was like 3 and 4. And I kept saying that. I said it when I was 12, 13. I said it when I was 15, 18, and I still say it now. And if I were to talk to my mom right now, my mom would be like, it's nice to have dreams. It's nice to do side hustles. That's cool. But Mark, the best way is to just get yourself something stable and steady. Work at it really hard. Move your way up. Save your coin. And, retire from there. Now, that is an option. And I know that conventional wisdom of especially the generation before mine would say that statement is a crazy statement. Like, that's an option? No, it's not an option. That's the only way. Well, that's the easiest way. But here's how I'm defining easy. I'm not saying that it's actually easy to go into something that your heart and soul is not into, and to do it for 30 years, however long it will take, and then, sit back when I'm in my late 60s or whatever, early 70s, if Social Security still even exists by that point in time, which is looking like it won't. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I don't want this to turn into another subject, but I say easy because it's the easiest thing to get into. There's always somebody else's job that's hiring you, that is willing to hire you, to give you tasks to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the hammer in the nail. There's always somebody willing to do that or to offer that for you. So that's what I mean when I say easy. So the thing that I title this as, let me take care of something first. Oops. I didn't mean to delete that message. I meant to actually remove you from the channel. That's my intent here. No, I won't link to on-site if you sub my channel. If you want to sub my channel, wonderful. If you don't want to sub my channel, oh well. Anyways, there's a part of me, because I've tried many different things in my life. At one point, I actually quit my job to do motivational speaking, music, and photography / videography. So quit my job to do all three of those things, where now I have every hour of my day to dedicate just to those things. And for a period of time, I was actually making good money. You know, I was making good money. I was getting photography gigs. I was getting videography gigs. What was the other thing? I was getting booked to do mental health speeches. And I was getting booked to do music. So I was like, this is awesome, because I could make in one photography gig the same amount of money that I make in 1 to 2 days at work, meaning 16 hours. In like 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours, I could make what I make in 16 hours at my job. But the thing is, those fields and those industries, unless you're some top talent or something, I don't know. You're like a very well-known celebrity-ish, or at the very least a local celebrity type person. It's hard to make a living like that, because you now have to make enough money to go through droughts. It's not like the money's coming into your bank account every 2 weeks. So for the first few months that I had done that, I felt great. Excuse me. Time on my hands, money in my pocket. I felt wonderful. Then all of a sudden, I had a drought where I wasn't getting booked for all those different things that I'm talking about. And then I was like, the bills are still coming, but I don't have money in my account consistently to be able to pay those bills. So now I was like, what do I do? I was scrambling. I started doing odd jobs. I did Instacart. I did different things just to make up the money that I wasn't getting consistently. And then eventually I gave up and I said, I have to go back to work. I have no choice. So I went back to work. When I went back to work, I felt like a part of me died, because I honestly and truly wanted, when I left the 9 to 5 grind at that point in time, I wanted that to be my last time doing so. And to have to go back was devastating. And I've left a couple times since, and it's been devastating every time I had to go back. So I've thought to myself, the average person that has a 9 to 5 job goes to work, let's just say 9 o'clock. Not everybody has a 9 to 5 time, but it's just the whole concept of an 8-hour day. The average person who goes to work is like, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to work at 9, I'm going to come home at 5. Between the hours of 5 and whenever I go to bed, I'm going to either get my errands done, do something recreational, spend time with my family. I'm going to do some shopping. I'm going to do some whatever it is. I'm going to use that time just to figure out my life in that other portion of time outside of those 8 hours before I go to bed and get up to go back to work again. That's the average person. A person like myself is somebody who thinks about my passions all day at work, even though I'm suppressing them or I'm not able to really do the things that involve my passions at work for the most part. I'm still thinking about those things. And then I get off of work and my mind is spinning. I'm like, I have to do this, that, and the other. I want to put together another event. I want to get booked for another music gig. I want to start a company. I want to do this. I want to do that. Different things that I'm thinking about in my head. And I've tried many different things in my life. If anyone knows me, they know that I'm always trying something different. And to this point, at least from a financial standpoint, nothing that I have tried has been any kind of a major success in the way that I want or need it to be. So in quiet moments when I'm sitting by myself, reflecting, I'm saying to myself, what am I doing this for? Maybe I should just go down the traditional walk of life that most people go through. Find that job that's going to pay me a significant annual salary. Do it. Whether I like it or whether I don't like it, just do it, as they say, as the Nike slogan goes, and call it a day. But I say to myself, there's two options in life. The first option is to just accept a mundane life where you rarely experience passion, where you can't use your talents, where you aren't merging the things that make you happy with the things that you do for a living. And there's another life where you take chances, you take risks, you figure things out, you try different things. And it's like, here's the two potential results. The result of living the mundane life is that you sit around and feel like you're losing your soul, you're losing your being. And when you take risks and you try different things, and you do things that cater towards your passions and what you love, even if you fail, you're still going to be doing things that you love. Because think about that. Anything that I have said that I have done and failed at is not because it's actually a failure in a sense of it didn't work out. Like when I say my event failed, it's not because the event actually failed. It's because I dollar figure from it and it didn't get there. Or I wanted X amount of people to attend and I didn't get that amount of people to attend. So it failed because of that. Nothing has really failed because I just wasn't good enough at it, or it really failed in a real sense of whatever you consider failure to be. So, at the very worst, I could live a life where I have hope for the rest of my life. That's at the very worst. Where I have hope in the back of my mind that the life that I'm living now can be much different and much better and one of my choosing. Whereas the other option takes away the hope. And it's just involving you accepting hopeless circumstances. And I refuse to let that be me. Okay. That's my message. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop some great content.